The tablet PC market has slowed down drastically from just a couple years ago where it seemed like every day a new tablet was being kicked out, but it's slowed down quite a bit to where it was a couple years ago. Well, today I do have a review for you today of an Android tablet, and it's probably one of my favorite Android tablets in recent history. Hey there everyone, how are you doing? Joe Marin here for Mobile Cup of Joe, and today I have my full review of the LG G Pad 8.3 on Verizon Wireless. So guys, the LG G Pad 8.3, there's a few different variants of it, but this one is the one exclusively on Verizon Wireless, the LTE edition. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and give you my full thoughts on the device and see if this is the next 8.3-inch tablet for you. But before we go any further, please go ahead and grab that coffee cup, fill it up, bring it over, and sit on down. Take a swig from your Mobile Cup of Joe. Alrighty, so here we go with my full review for the LG G Pad 8.3. A big thanks to my friends and pals over at LG for sending this out to me for review for you guys today. And let's start off this review like I do with all my other videos with the design and build quality aspects of this device. So the LG G Pad 8.3, as the name suggests, does retain an 8.3-inch display. Now with this being the LTE version, we do have a Verizon logo up top, LG logo on the bottom, our 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. Go on to the right-hand side, we will find our power/lock button, our volume rocker. Go on to the bottom, we do have a noise-canceling microphone with micro USB charging and syncing port. Go on to the left, and it is completely bare, nothing going on right here. But if we hop on top, we see that we have an IR blaster right there for controlling your home entertainment system, a 3.5mm headset jack, and we can also expand our storage in here via a micro SD card slot. This is also the slot for the SIM card on the LTE variant. Hopping onto the back, we do have a 5 megapixel rear facing camera, and again with this being the LTE edition, Verizon logo, 4G LTE logo, dual speaker setup right here on the rear on the side, LG logo right here. And what's really nice about this back is aluminum construction. So it feels very nice in the hand. It adds a nice layer of premium feeling to the device. It's not like a lot of LG's phones, which has an all plastic design. Very nice to see the aluminum here on the device. Now the aluminum does not wrap around the device completely. You can kind of see that it stops right there and slightly on the edge as well. But it really looks very good. This is one of the better looking tablets in this size range on the market. And I really do like what LG did. Wasn't expecting this aluminum construction from them, but it feels very sturdy, feels very good in the hand. And about that 8.3-inch screen size, I really am digging this size. Go and look at my Nexus 7 real quick just because it's sitting over here. And you can see the size difference. This is a 7-inch tablet, which is kind of the norm for the small tablet size. But you stack it next to the G Pad 8.3, and you can see the size difference there. If we put the Nexus 7 on the G Pad 8.3, you can see that the 8.3 does offer a lot more screen real estate without really being too much bigger than the Nexus 7. You can see there is a bit more size to it, but it's nothing too serious, but you still get 1.3 inches more of screen size. Now nothing against the Nexus 7, this is still my favorite small tablet out there, but after having used the G Pad 8.3, having that big of a screen in this really that small of a package is something really special and something that I'm really going to miss when I do move away from this device. Now we're talking about the display, let's go ahead and talk about the quality. This is a 1920 by 1200 HD display, a full HD display. You can see right there, colors are very, very bright. I really had no issues or complaints about this display at all. You get around 270 pixels per inch on here, screen rotating right there. But I really like this. Colors were nice and bright and vibrant. As you can see right there, text is very easy to read. No complaints at all about this display. Again, the 8.3 inches is a really nice sweet spot for this kind of smaller tablet form factor. And this 1920 by 1200 Full HD display really works well here on the G Pad 8.3. Now in terms of processing speeds on here, we have a 1.7 gigahertz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 600 processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and the Adreno 320 GPU. Now in terms of overall speed and performance, the G Pad 8.3 LTE performs very well. You can see sliding through the UI of the device is very smooth and snappy. Let's go ahead and hop into Google Chrome, new tab. Let's go over to oneplus.net just because that's where I spend a lot of my time now recently. Go here, hop into Learn More. Let's learn more about this device right here. And we'll go ahead and scroll through that. You can see it's going fairly fast right here. Let's go ahead and hop into another page. Learn about performance. And is sliding through, no real issue with the web browsing. You can zoom in and out very fast. Again, that display, you can see text is very crisp and easy to read. Let's hop out of here and go over to Netflix. And you can see the app is running very smooth. Let's go ahead and load up a movie. What movie you guys feel like watching today? Let's go ahead and throw on Olympus Has Fallen. We could do that. Let's go ahead and do some Olympus Has Fallen right here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and hop into The Grey. It's a great show. We're not going to watch it because it'll take a little over, I think the movie's 2 hours, who knows. But let's go ahead and see what the quality does look like. You can see it loaded it instantly right there. Very, very fast speeds here on the G-Pad 8.3. See if we can get something with a bit of brightness so it's not complete darkness. As you can see right there, video quality in here with that display looks really nice. And again, that 8.3-inch screen size is perfect for consuming media like watching movies on Netflix or playing games. And we can go ahead and hop right back out of that. And let's go ahead and hop into Riptide GP2 right here. You can see the LG G-Pad is not slowing down no matter what we're throwing at it. Went some web browsing, backed out of that. Chrome is still running in the background. We got Netflix running in the background with the Grey paused. Now we're going to go ahead and play Riptide GP2. Let's go here. And you can see it's still chugging right along. Now, although the Snapdragon 600 may not be the latest processor out there, I still really did not find any performance issues here with the G-Pad 8.3. Now we're loading up right here, going right off the bat. No lag really at all in this game. Fairly graphically intense right here, Riptide GP2. Like doing this to show off the graphical performance of these devices. And I do have the older Adreno 320 GPU in here compared to the 330. But you can still see it looks really great. And again, that display size is very nice for playing games. And also these bezels here, right here in the top and bottom, give you a nice little place to rest your hands when gaming like this. Not you crash into that wall, but it gives you a nice steering kind of place to put your hands when you're gaming. So all in all, the screen size and the processing chipset in here really make consuming media, playing games, browsing the web a very, very enjoyable experience on the G-Pad 8.3 LTE. And in regards to battery life and camera, I'm going to sum these two up in one section because there's not too much to talk about. Battery life is fairly average. You get I got about 8 to 9 hours of constant usage on here with a video playing, playing games, browsing the web, social media. So you can get through a couple days easily depending on your usage scenarios. So nothing really too special, pretty basic in terms of the battery life. Now on the camera we do have a 1.3 megapixel front facing shooter, and on the back we have a 5 megapixel lens. Now I don't go into too much detail about cameras on tablets because they're really not too great. You can see right here the detail on the front facing camera is rather fuzzy. Take a selfie. Not that great. We can go ahead and swap to the rear facing camera, and it does okay. I mean, nothing really great about tablets right here. We can go ahead and take a picture of this mouse off camera. There it goes. Go ahead and look at it, see how it turned out. Gallery. Yes, we want to go to the gallery. And you can see, nothing special at all. Kind of blurry right there, so I really hope you're not using an 8.3-inch tablet to go to concerts or something and take pictures. They're kind of just thrown on there for the fact that they're thrown on there, just kind of like the camera on the Nexus 7. It works fine. Front-facing camera, rear-facing camera, they're average. Nothing really special to say about them right there. Now let's go ahead and talk about that software. The G-Pad 8.3 is running Android version 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. At least the LTE version is. Now, go ahead and go to About Tablet. You can see, if you go to Software Information, Android version 4.2.2 Jelly Bean. Now, what is interesting is that since this is the LTE model, there is an upgrade for 4.4 KitKat available, which the Wi-Fi only model of the G-Pad 8.3 currently has, as well as the Google Play edition of the G-Pad 8.3. However, the LTE variant is still running on Jelly Bean, and that's a bit of a disappointment. You don't have the full immersion mode from KitKat, you don't have the lower system requirements from KitKat, which if we had that would mean this tablet would run even faster than it currently is. And that's a bit of a disappointment to have that old of a version of Android on here, just because it has to pass through Verizon's testing and they haven't gotten that yet on this device. I'm sure we'll see KitKat on here sooner or later, but it is disappointing to know that the Wi-Fi only model and the Google Play edition have the KitKat update, but we're still stuck on Jelly Bean land here on the LTE variant. Now we still have LG's Optimus user interface on here, which on the G-Pad 8.3 looks kind of ugly in my opinion. It's kind of hit or miss with me for LG's user interface. Really didn't like the implementation of it here on the G-Pad 8.3. You do have your notification drop down, which takes up a lot of space right here. Go ahead and clear these. You can see if we swipe down, we have our quick settings right here. We have Q-Slide app, so I can, for example, open up a calculator, and I'll show this again. I got a little calculator right there. Now these do work okay on this larger screen size. Now on the phones like the G2, these Q-Slide apps don't work that well because you're working with a very small display on those things. But on an 8.3-inch screen size, these Q-Slide apps work a bit better. Still not really great. I would like to see them implemented a little bit better in future iterations of the software, but they do work okay. If you need to throw up a calculator, if you're in Chrome or something, you need to crunch some numbers, the calculator is nice. I've used that a couple times. But the other ones, like VoiceMate, don't really serve that much of a real practical usage. Now if we go into settings right here, you can see that LG has tweaked these settings a bunch. If we go to slide aside, this is another way to multitask on the G-Pad 8.3. So you kind of have three ways to multitask on here. You can use the Q-Slide applications right there. You can hold down the home button for your standard multitasking thing right here, which really does work the best. Let's say, for example, we open up the alarm clock, take 3 fingers, swipe it to the side, and you can see that it'll tell us we have one app saved in slide aside. Let's go ahead and hop into Hangouts, take 3 fingers, go ahead and slide it aside. Then we'll go ahead and open up IMDb, take 3 fingers, slide all the way to the left, and it's gone. Now if we take these 3 fingers and slide all the way to the right, you will see right there the alarm clock, the Hangouts application, IMDb. Hop into Hangouts right there, then I can do that, hop into IMDb, swipe out again, and I'm in my alarm clock app. Now, it's a neat little feature, but it doesn't work that great, and I really don't understand why you need 3 separate ways to multitask. You do also have Knock on here, which was first introduced in the LG G2, where you can double tap the screen real quick to wake it up, and you can also do the same to lock it. So LG has thrown in some goodies, as you can see, with their software. If you go into applications, you see that they have thrown in, or Verizon rather has thrown in all the Amazon suite of applications. That's something you get on the LTE variant. LG has Q-Pair, which actually allows you to sync up a smartphone of yours to the tablet, and if you get a phone call or text message or something on the phone, it will show up on the tablet, which is a neat little feature, sort of like the application Mighty Text that a lot of people use. We have Quick Translator, Quick Remote, which you can use with the IR Blaster to control your home setup. You have VoiceMate on here, which is LG's attempt at a voice assistant, but ultimately fails completely. So I am not the biggest fan of the software here, again, because you're running an older version of Android, and personally I would go with that Google Play Edition because you have the latest updates to Android as they are releasing. You have that stock vanilla look and feel of pure vanilla Android. Now one more thing about this is the LTE capabilities. You do have Verizon's 4G LTE, you have access to that, but I would like to make it known that you can only access LTE. With Verizon in the area that I live in, Lawrence, Michigan, LTE comes in every now and then, but a lot of the times it's just not here. As you can see up here, I don't have any service right now. I just have my Wi-Fi, but no data connection. That's because there's only bands for LTE on here, so you cannot access their lower 4G or their 3G networks, you can only access LTE. So if you're in an area where Verizon has 3G coverage but no LTE, you will not be able to access mobile data on here. You can only get LTE, which is something I like to point out, and I'm repeating that a lot, but I would like to point that out because I'm not sure too many people know about that, and it is a bit of a disappointment for me on that end. Now, in regards to price, on Verizon, you can currently pick up the LG G Pad 8.3 LTE, you gotta love the name, for $199 with a new 2-year contract. Now, that price, I'm kind of hesitant on whether or not I would go for that. I really like this tablet. This is one of my favorite tablets I've used in recent history, or recent memory rather, but I don't really need the LTE capabilities on an 8.3-inch tablet. I usually keep my tablets at home, and if I take it with me, it's usually to play games I have installed or to watch videos I've downloaded as well. So personally, I would go for the Google Play edition of this device for $349 unlocked, but you get the Google Play edition, which means it's stock Android. You get updates to Android as they are released, and that would just be the model I would go for personally. Now, if you need a tablet that is pretty small in size but also has a really great big display, you need that data connection, you love Verizon's service, this is probably the best tablet, or easily one of the best tablets you can currently get on Verizon with their LTE service. So I really like the LG G Pad 8.3. I think LG did a phenomenal job with this tablet. Glad to see they're releasing a few more tablets that they just recently announced. I would definitely consider purchasing this thing, especially for the Google Play edition. So guys, make sure to check out the LG G Pad 8.3. If you have it, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, or if you have any further questions for the device, let me know as well. To stay in touch some more, make sure to follow me on Twitter, where the channel is @MobileCupOfJoe, and I am personally on Twitter as @JoeMarine1. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a wonderful day. Make sure you like the video if you liked it, and subscribe to make sure you never miss a new episode. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.